what is the best time to give a token against a plot or against a land parcel. Watch this video to know more in details. Hi friends, I am Prasad Amonkar. I am a real estate consultant and real estate coach, and today I am going to talk to you about not about an objection as such, but then it may become one. Like suppose if your client has seen a plot and he has liked the plot and he wants to finalize the deal. Now you have a seller and you have a buyer. Sometimes it may so happen that the buyer is on your side and the seller may be from a third broker, maybe from a second broker on the other side. So you are actually not directly in touch with the seller, but you are directly in touch with the buyer, and buyer is yours, and you are going to get paid from the buyer's side and not from the seller's side. So you have a very minimum control over your communication with the seller, but maximum control over the purchaser's side. This may happen during a land, a plot deal. What can happen is your client is interested, he has liked the place. If it is a developer's property and if the developer has registered with RERA, the developer has developed the entire land, he has done the road, he has done the the gutters, he has done the lighting, all the provisions, line provision, everything is done. He has taken the final approval. He's got all the completion certificates, orders from the concerned town planner department, whichever state you are in, whichever authorities you are in. You would know that better, which department gives what NOCs. And if they have all these things, it becomes so easy for your buyer to give a token to one party, because your developer is one and he has developed multiple plots and is selling multiple plots, and he's also approved the plot against the loan through various banks. So it becomes easy for the buyer to give the token to a developer. Now consider another situation wherein the seller is an investor or an independent individual owner of the plot, a small plot or a land parcel. Now what happens here is he has the documents, he has all the documents of the property, he has all the title report of the property given to him by the previous seller. And the previous seller could be the developer or it could be an individual independent seller. Okay, so in this case your purchaser might be a little skeptical here to give you the token. I mean, to give you in the sense to give the seller the token. Why? He wants to check the documents first, whether the title is clear or no, whether I can take the loan on this property or no. Because once he gives the token, it is non-refundable unless the title is not clear. So when you give a token, you get the offer letter from the other side, from the seller's side, mentioning the terms and conditions on the offer letter, because this offer letter is required for the purchaser to give it to his bank. If he's taking a loan, his bank will also ask for an offer letter, which is required. So now in this case, the seller may ask for a token, the buyer may not give a token until he checks the documents. In this situation, if your buyer is taking a lot of time in verifying the documents, because that's not in his control now. What's happening is, even if he's taking a loan, he is given one set of documents to the bank and one set of documents to his lawyer. The purchaser has given the documents to his bank and to his lawyer as well. So bank will have his empaneled lawyer checking the documents further against the due diligence of that particular plot, and the buyer independently may also give the documents to his lawyer and check it and do the due diligence. Now his independent lawyer, he may push to check and get the due diligence done faster. But with the bank, it may take some time, because bank has empaneled lawyers and they work on the process. They have their specific guidelines, they have the specific period, and they will complete on that period only. So even if you pressurize your bank, you're asking for the due diligence report as early as possible, it may not happen. But if the buyer has an independent lawyer, his independent lawyer will check the documents in 1 day or 2 days or 3 days or 4 days time, and he may ask for some additional documents required after checking all the documents, after doing the due diligence. He may ask for further more documents, which can be taken from the seller, and the seller can provide as early as possible. So once the buyer is sure about the title of the property, he can give the token now. sometimes it may so happen that you may not have the seller directly from your side. You may have a broker from the other side, and the broker is showing it to 10 different clients, because you are not the only broker with him. He has got so many other clients wanting to buy that land. Now here that word will come in the picture. Mostly when you give a word in real estate, they stick to their word and they give you some time. Now that some time could be sometimes 10 days for doing the due diligence, or maybe 15 days, not more than that. So if your purchaser is taking a lot of time, you need to hurry up. You need to tell the purchaser that if you are sure, don't take the responsibility, don't take the risk of accepting the token from the buyer to the seller, because you are just a real estate agent. You are not supposed to take any risk of any money. But if the buyer's lawyer is giving him go ahead, is giving him a green signal to pass the token to the seller, then you are safe. Then the buyer is safe, you are safe, and everybody is safe, and the deal will go through very smoothly. So do not pressurize your clients to give token if he is not wanting to do so unless he is checking the papers, because certain things which your seller will not tell you, and the lawyer will come to know. The lawyer comes to know by going through the document. He will come to know where is the loophole, where is the flaw in the title. So the purchaser's lawyer, let him check the documents, let him get satisfied, but don't give too much of time. When you give too much of leverage, they take about even a month also to give you the title report. Don't get into that kind of situation, because you might lose the deal, because your seller or your seller's broker might finalize the land or the plot deal with someone else. So take care of that also, and always stay in touch. Okay, never keep a gap between this communication between buyer, seller, and the broker. Always keep in touch. Write a mail, write a message, do something, go to the property, do some cleaning work on the property, do some survey on the property, stay there. So the seller knows that you are interested. When you show the interest, that means your buyer is showing the interest. That means the deal is going through, and then he would give you time. He would give you 10 or 15 days to do your due diligence. I have seen most of the times when I used to kind of tell my purchasers to give the token and they were backing out first, I would never pressurize them. I would say one simple thing: please ask your lawyer whether it is safe to give token now. So if the lawyer is saying okay with the offer letter, accept the token, and you are done. You can put a timeline of 60 days or 90 days depending upon the type of the property, the amount of money involved. Like it could be a 1 CR or a 5 crore deal or a 10 crore deal. Offer letter varies in each property. Sometimes clients do not accept token, but they give you word and they wait for a month or 2 months or 3 months only for the client, only for one purchaser. Till he's finished, he would not go to a second client. Mostly I've seen that they'll stick to their word, but they will not accept the token and they will not sign any documents. It's okay. If the clients are not signing any document, that means they do not want any binding as such over here. Because if the amount is more, like 10 CR or 15 CR or even 5 CR or maybe 2 or 3, and the purchaser is interested in giving you some kind of token like maybe 10 or 15 or 50 lakhs, and then he might take more time to get all this due diligence done and the balance payment done. The seller will have to wait for a longer period and he gets stuck over there, and you also get stuck. Your job is not to keep everyone in that status quo, let's say situation wherein nothing is moving, because you are going to get paid only when you make a deal and the plot registration gets done at the sub-registrar, and you make some money out of your brokerage only when the deal is done. So you are not into a job wherein your idea, when you are into a job, sometimes you just accept the token because you want to show your bosses that, okay, see, I have got a token, I'm working. But here you are a businessman. The deal will happen, deal will close, money get exchanged, property gets exchanged, they shake hands and you get money, you get paid. So don't hurry up with the purchaser. It's a very sensitive matter especially when it comes to land deals. Be aware, be safe that the documents may not be 100% clear. Even it might look so that it is a developed property, everything will be in line. Not necessary. There can be something else which may come on. For example, if the developer has developed the land and it is sold to X party, till that period the title could be clear. But after that, X sold to Y and the Y sold to Z, and then it's coming to A. In between that also there could be certain areas like someone must have died, or someone might have divorced, or anything could have happened in between that flow between from the developer to X and from X to Z. So many things must have changed. Even that's a part of the title. So the right time to accept the title, according to me, is after verifying the document. At least initial scrutiny of the document is must, and then a public notice in the local newspaper to check for the objections coming from any third party, so that everything is safe. That's the right time to accept the token against the offer letter, and your deal is kind of 50% done, and you can wait. You can proceed with further documentation, like bank loan, or maybe anything which you have that process of till you go to the sub registrar for the registration. You do that part and you will be through. All the best to you. I'll be coming up with more videos on objection handling. All the best to you. If you want to work with me, I'm working with few people, not only in one particular state. I'm working across India with different people, wherein I support them on my continuous training, lifetime access free to my training. I don't charge any money for any of my students. Of course, I don't give anything for free. So when they work with me, we develop a network across India, and I can explain them how they can get benefits of starting this business and continuing this business with a very, very small amount, like maybe even like 3,000 rupees a month, and on themselves, and how they can earn money just by paying small amount every month and getting those portals, the marketing tools, and including my training, which is free, lifetime free, till you are a part of the system. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help a lot of people who want to start real estate business and go ahead, grow in this business, because there's a lot of money involved. There's so much of dream to be fulfilled, and it's an amazing business. It's not only about money. It's about a lot of money and a lot of happiness, a lot of wealth. And I wish you success in real estate. We'll get back to you. See you soon. Bye.